welcome to our first ever Slip Slip Sis podcast. My name is Chaylee. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I live in Southern California, and I'm currently working on my master's in counseling college student personnel.
I'm Chaylee's big sister, Gabs. I also use she, her, her pronouns. I live in Northern California. We're actually in my family room right now, and I am a high school drama teacher.
Since we live pretty far apart, we thought it would be a fun thing to do while I'm up visiting for this weekend. Just do a podcast about what's going on with us and our knitting, mostly knitting, teeny bit crocheting adventures. Today, you can find us on Instagram at slip.slip.sis. I will make sure we put that on the screen because I can't remember our own Instagram handle. And you could also find us on Ravelry. I think that one's just Slip Slip
Yeah,
Sis.
I think it's all smushed together.
Yes. We like to keep everyone on their toes with our punctuation.
Keeping it spicy.
Yeah. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's actually start with design talk.
Yes. Okay. All right, so our very first design, Everybody Cut Loose, socks just came out on Ravelry and Ribbler. We'll link it below. So we wanted to show you our designs. It is, it's got like a little scrunchie section here, kind of like a 1980s scrunchie, which is how we came up with the Cut Loose title. And then for the foot, it's a twisted rib, so it kind of like fits tighter around your foot, and it's got contrast cuffs, heels, and toes. For the yarn, we used Hypnotic Yarn's Dreamsicle.
Orange Dreamsicle?
Maybe it's Orange Dreamsicle.
Got a flavor.
We got it in a D-stash, so it's kind of like an oldie but a goodie. And then the blue is Summer Blue by Destination Yarn.
And when I actually did mine, I did mine in a self-striping, and we'll put in a picture. And so it actually worked really well with any self-striping you have. Any self-striping yarn that you have. Awesome. What is your next design?
So I don't have this next design because it had to get mailed. The sample that I knit had to get mailed to the publishing publishing entity. It's a collaboration with Little Skein in the Big Wool with Anne Valley. It's for the Sun and Fog Collective. The Sun and Fog Collective is a collection of San Francisco Bay Area designers. This collection is summer themed. The theme is meadow. I've seen some shawls, there's a bandana, and then we designed shorty socks to go with it. They're called Fence Posts. It comes out, I believe, on June 17th. We will pop in a picture, maybe like right here over my sister's face. And so you can check it out. So follow us on Instagram so you can be up to date on all of our fun new pattern releases.
It's still you, my friend.
Oh, it's still
me. You.
Okay, so this is a whip, but this is not the right.
We are a knitting design duo, except one of us tends to lead on it. It's called whoever comes up with the idea.
Yes. Sometimes. Not this one, though. This was Chaylee's idea, and I'm doing the knitting. Maybe we'll do, if people are interested, a whole other video on how our design process is.
The dynamic of having your older sister and your younger sister design together.
Yes.
Thrilling.
It's exciting. All right, so this is in, all the podcasters say what bag it's in. This is, Chaylee and I used to work for Fig Tree and Company when we were in college and in high school. So this is, I made the bag. It is a Fig Tree and Company. I think this is Avalon.
No, I think it wasn't the Revisit.
Maybe it's Strawberry Fields Revisited. We will do some research. It's Fig Tree and Company is a quilt design company, a quilt pattern company, as well as a fabric design company. So we were lucky and we got some bolt ends. In my Fig Tree and Company bag, that is
unknown fabric bag.
Yeah. I'm working on the Drought Tolerant Cowl. It's living in California, we see succulents and cactus all the time, so it's kind of like our aesthetic. So let's see if I can manually zoom. It's a colorwork cowl using Hypnotic Yarn as well. I think this is the Faded Rose.
I believe that's correct.
Sock set. So it's a pink. You can see the green, and then there's just a little bit of the purple poking in. It's 5 different cacti, succulents, I guess. Chaylee designed the chart, and I am knitting it. So stay tuned for more progress pics of our drought tolerant cowl.
One more of you.
Oh, still me. This is my but kind of our most recent sock design. I was having trouble with the design I was working on. It didn't really pan out, so my husband came to sit down at the dining room table with me looking through a stitch book that I was looking at, and he came up with this design. It's called a little bit of this. It's got a 2x1 cable, it's got some seed stitch, it's got a little twisted rib. They're shorty socks for the summer because, like most people in the world, we're doing summer sock camp. So stay tuned for the testing call for these buddies. It's probably coming out around June. Yeah, June 15th, maybe end of the month. So right after summer sock camp gets kind of going and that kind of thing. So these are in a one-of-a-kind colorway from Western Sky Knits that we picked up at Stitches West in 2019. No, lies. Yep. In 2019? Mm-hmm. No, 2020.
No,
2019.
2019.
We
because you had the baby.
Yes.
No, that would be.
No, it was 2020.
Really?
Because Lottie was born December 2019.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so pick this up, Stitches West, 2020 in March, just before California went into lockdown. Our grandma, who we call Lovey, gave us some spending money to spend on yarn, so this was the colorway that I picked from a one-of-a-kind little box of yarn.
It's me! Okay, so this is the Twisted Sister socks. I keep typing Twister Sister because I have typing issues, but it's Twisted Sister socks. And this, actually, the testing call just went out, so we probably may have it full by the time this goes up, but that's all right. You'll see these soon, but you know, for those that have a sister, when you're sometimes you're like, oh, I have this great idea, but I want to be nothing like my older sister because I'm an original. And this was actually supposed to be some kind of like dot pattern. Obviously, that didn't happen. And then I was like, oh, I'll just do a little bit of this and a little of this. And then I knitted it up and I was like, well, nuts. That looks a little bit like my sister's fence post socks, which she just talked about. But you know what? With a little twist. So that's how it became the Twisted Sister socks. So there's a little bit of purling, a teeny tiny cable, and then a little bit of a twisted knit, which we are totally big fans of, I think. So stay tuned. The testing call did go out, and then we should have the pattern ready by the beginning of July for folks that are interested.
That's what colorway is it in?
Oh, excellent question.
Thank
from
you.
the audience here. Yes, this colorway is Coven by Dragonhorn Yarn.
That's the one you got in the grab bag, right?
Yes, she did this mystery grab bag at one time.
Che is a sucker for mysteries.
I can't. I love mystery. I love grab bag. I love when they're like, it's a deal, any coupon. I'm like, oh, but it was 10% off, so I needed it. Yes, I love this one. I think it might be a discontinued colorway, but all of her work is gorgeous. All right, should we go to FOs?
Yes, I think I have a lot of those.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay,
so it's like less. Oh, I have your sock here. Okay. So these, we are subscribers to Cheryl Hypnotic Yarns Yarnable, and we do it together, which I'm working on my sharing. It's not a skill of mine as the younger sister, so we share it, and then Gabs receives it, and then she splits it, and then because I live in Southern California, we try and like save on shipping, so I kind of get them all at once in like a bundle, so it almost feels like a grab bag when I get all of the yarn, kind of like Mandy's making share a pair. Since we share the pair, we both make socks out of it. So she finished hers like a while ago and did like beads, and it was really cool. I finally got around to finishing my February Yarnable socks, and the colorway was Cherry Cordial. I also love subscriptions. So in addition to mysteries and grab bags, I'm a kind of a subscription girl. So the contrast is in Setter from 20... Yeah, that's what it's called. Pretty confident that's what it's called. I'll confirm that. Setter from 29 Bridges Studio. It was part of the Row 1 Yarn Carnival of Color from February, I believe, which is a subscription where you kind of get like a whole slew of 10 gram minis from a particular designer each month. So I love getting that. And I figured out that I can get at least the toe and the heel for contrast from a 10 gram mini. So these are those February socks that were finished in May. And then my next one is my Stardust Sweater. This is a design by Tristan Molina of Dragon Horde Yarn. Again, we're big fans of Tristan, so shout out to Tristan for being awesome. Love this. This colorway was also, we're also big fans of Hypnotic Yarn. This was Sweet Confections, and then I held it double with mohair, which is the white Aloft mohair from Knit Pick. So you can see the really pretty detail there. It was actually really fun, and again, my sister finished like leagues ahead of me, so I don't even know where hers is. You might show it.
I have
today.
it. Oh wait, was this the yarn you got from the auction?
Yes!
That was the most stressful experience.
Yes. Cheryl did like an auction almost a year ago now at this point where like you got to like
On Facebook
Live, and it was like, oh my gosh, like you want this one, then you have to say like how many you want.
She'd like hold up the yarn and then you'd like Facebook comment.
Yes, as fast as you could, and then it was like whoever was the fastest got it. And so like I don't think we've ever done like an auction.
Not like that.
Like a real life, and so I felt like my sweaty. I think I had like 3 devices just to see which one was faster, and I got this yarn, which was really exciting.
Yes, we weren't even together because California was under lockdown because of the pandemic. So Chaylee and I were like trying to text each other and be on the Facebook, and our internet was lagging, and my daughter was only 4 months old, so I was holding her in my arms while she was, I don't know how she slept through my energy, because I was like, we have to
right. And it was like, do you want it? I'll comment. Do you want it? I'll comment. And
right,
so because we were trying to comment together, and I think we both kind of ended up with yarn that we were like, oh my god, I can't believe we got that.
It was very exciting. I think we ended up with 7 skeins.
Yeah, because we got something for our mother for that. It was beautiful brown. She's a big brown fan.
If we can find a picture, we'll pop it in.
Yes, and then you got something and I got something. It was very thrilling.
Yes.
We hope she does one again.
Cheryl, if you're watching this, please do it again.
That's all. Okay. And then I'll do my crocheting FO last. This was a test knit for the phenomenal Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. This is, sorry, I'm blocking you. How about you hold this side?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. This is the Rune Sweater. It's actually a sport weight sweater, but I held fingering double with mohair. Look at this beautiful sleeve detail. This was my first time doing color work with mohair and fingering together, and like I was a little crampy in the fingers, but I got through it. But I love the fit of this sweater, and it's like a super quick knit. Gals will show hers a little bit later, but again, Tristan's designs are fantastic. So, and this yarn was Ba Yarns, the La Jolla, and the colorway was Tea Rose. And then this, the contrast was Earl Grey Fiber Company, and it was the main skein from their 2020 Knit Flicks and Chill Advent, and this was Best Wishes, Warmest Regards, which is a Schitt's Creek homage. No, is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
homage.
Yeah, I love Schitt's Creek. It's like my favorite thing, so I was so excited that that was the main colorway. And so, yeah, this is my Rune Sweater test knit.
Which is still going on. The pattern hasn't been released yet. I think our testing deadline is the end of June, so it's probably going to come out sometime beginning of July, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Tristan may comment and let us know. Okay,
Yeah.
and then my last thing was, as I mentioned, I'm in grad school, and a quick story, this will probably take a long time, but I'm sorry. There's very few men in our program, in particular my cohort, and so we were forming groups our first semester up there, and I wanted to go with this group of ladies who I had been friends with since I work at the university that I'm also going to grad school for, and they're like, oh, we're already a group of 4, and I was like, okay, fine. And then there are 4 men in the program, and 3 of them were like, you can be with us, Chaylee. And I was like, that's right, I'm gonna go with the boys. And then we like named ourselves the Panthers, and so for 2 of them I made them black beanies, and then one of them, who I'm extra close to, was like, I want to pick my own yarn for my beanie. And this is the yarn that he selected. So this is Nyx Beanie. It's a crochet beanie, and there's no particular pattern for it. It's actually like a combination of a bunch of free patterns on Ravelry, and just I did like a YouTube how to sorry, it's shaking ever, how to do a bobble. There's this like really cute brim that you just kind of go up and then you go all the way around. And so this is his beanie that he really wanted. The colorway is Karen Simply Soft in the Times Square color. There it is. I'll just model that for you.
Oh, yes. Chaley has a very good hat head.
Thank you.
It's very good. I do not look good in hats, so you will see very few hats for me, if any, because it's just really not. I don't know, my head is alarmingly small, I think.
Kind of her appendages are really small.
Yes.
Like hands and feet, like it's...
I have gremlin hands.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Which is excellent for untangling yarn, because I have very tiny hands.
Yes. Okay, it's your turn.
My turn.
I'm going to take my hat off.
Okay. All right. So this month was like the month of sweaters for me. So this was my first one. I finished it right at the beginning of May. This is the April morning sweater by Christy of the Yarn Cafe Creations. She's Tristan's mom. See, I don't weave my ends. So if you see that, I've got like ends going in. So it's coming out May 31st. I did my, it's designed as a fade. Mine's short sleeves. Because if you keep watching, you'll learn I run out of yarn a lot. I play yarn chicken pretty much every project.
She doesn't win often.
No, I didn't win. Obviously, it was supposed to come down to here. But it was actually perfect for California summers, that kind of tweenier transition season. It was super easy. It was a really quick knit. It called for DK, but I don't own any DK. So I did fingering held double. And the fade is from Homestead Yarns. It's, let me think, Ruth, Lane, and Gabby. I'm not sure which colors, which there's a purple down here at the bottom. And the way Gabby is spelled is the way I spell Gabby. So I got this for Christmas from our parents.
Just yours.
Yeah,
Not mine.
From our parents, maybe 2 years ago. And so I've been holding on to the fade, and this was the perfect opportunity. I had to do some funny business to make it work with the fade, which Chaley, you can't see her full side eye, but she's full side eyeing me because I always have to do funny business with some kind of pattern. You'll see, there's a trend. Here we go.
It feels like you're like, I had to do some math, which is what her husband always says because he's an engineer. He's like, I'm gonna do some math. And like, she does math, and I'm like, I don't think that math is gonna work.
This is the ends aren't it. I don't do ends. So this is my version of the Stardust. So Chaley, hold yours up so you can show. We have a color together. We're per pinkle, right? So Chaley usually does something that's pink, and mine's usually purple. This is Mother of Asses. The Mother of Asses colorway from Whimsical Wood Yarn Company, held with a one-of-a-kind mohair from Less Traveled Yarn. Chaley gave me both colorways. One was, I believe, for Christmas, and then one was for my birthday. I turned 30 this April. So Chaley made me an advent calendar with all of counting down to my 30th birthday. My birthday's the 24th, so it was the good majority of April. So you can see it's a little, you don't see the baubles as much as Chaley's because it's a little bit more, it's a variegated instead of a speckle, but we ended up really liking it. I, of course, ran out of yarn. I ran out of mohair at the end, so my sleeve is more of a bracelet length sleeve. See, I just use these fashion terms to make it sound like that was what I planned. But I, like Chaley said, I have very short arms too. I'm only 5'1", so I can usually get away with this. Yeah. This is a little bit warm for for California right now, but I think it's going to be perfect for the fall.
And might I add that I got that one-of-a-kind mohair in a mystery grab bag.
She did.
For my sister.
I also have, I think Chaley next did her rune, so I'll do my rune. We tend to do test knits together, so this is the rune test knit for Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn. I did mine with not the ends in again, with fingering held double in Molly Klein Designs. The main color is the Beach Bum, and the pinky color is,
I want to say magenta.
I think it's called magenta. So the Beach Bum we actually got together. We ordered a sweater's quantity together. But I, of course, ran out of yarn. So I believe it's this sleeve that was in the Beach Bum set that I got for my birthday from Chaley. So I had to fade that buddy in, which it's mostly okay. And I'm a person who talks with my hands, so I think it's going to be okay.
The beautiful color work covers it. It's actually worked well.
So this was my version of the rune sweater. I didn't use mohair. Turns out I don't really like mohair. It's okay, but Chaley's much better at like suffering for her cute clothing, and I'm definitely
It's a vibe.
I'm definitely more about comfort, so I'm like, it's itchy. So I'm giving her my mohair. But the less traveled yarn one isn't that itchy at all, so I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I have to put, these aren't on sock blockers, but that's okay.
Embarrassing.
So this is, of course, no ends in. See? This is the April Yarnable color. It's a Stormwatch. I crank mine on Geraldine, my circular sock knitting machine. So I crank the tube and then I knit the heels, toes, and cuffs. I've been doing this thing with trying to learn new techniques. I'm a teacher, so I love learning. That I tried a new style of cuff here. It was not my favorite. It was like a seed stitch rib pattern. I thought it was going to be, I wanted it to really be like kind of complicated and gothic looking, and that didn't happen. But
nice.
It didn't.
It's nice, Dad.
I have visions of grandeur. I can't remember what this colorway is. It's from the year 2 Harry Potter advent calendar from Dragon Horde Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations. I can't remember. This was 3 years ago.
Very long time ago.
This
I think they're in year like 6.
Yeah.
5
so
now.
So we, like Chaley said, we share. I crank the tube for mine, and then I give Chaley the extra, which means Chaley always ends up with a little bit extra because I have very tiny feet, and I like shorter socks on the leg. So it usually only takes me, I think, like 35 grams of the main color. I have one more finished object. I did a lot of knitting this month. I'm a high school teacher, and we are still on Zoom, so I have a lot of Zoom meetings. And I've perfected the art of knitting below the camera. So don't tell my bosses. All right, this is my most complicated test knit. This is the test knit for Vanessa of Cape May Fiber. This is her moonlit romp with, of course, no ends in. It reminds me of Miss Frizzle, like the cartoon science teacher. So it's got lots of color work. It's got the moon phases here, and then it's a just kind of simple body and then color work on the hem and on the sleeves. This, of course, was meant to be a full length sleeves. That didn't happen. It was also supposed to be not cropped, and it's slightly cropped, but I have a very short torso, so I was able to get away with it. What actually happened with this one, I actually thought I had enough this time. I had moths in our first apartment. Our neighbors went hiking, got into some kind of bugs. So moths ate my final skein of this. So it was all in like these short little pieces. You can actually see on the inside, like I have a considerable amount of ends from that shouldn't be here. That should be in a solid body. That it just didn't work out. But like I said, it's California. I'm no stranger to running out of yarn. So I just kind of rolled with it. It's blocked now. So it's a single ply. So it was pretty forgiving in terms of the blocking. Mm-hmm. These were both gift skeins from our uncle. The solid main color is Golden Leaves from Wobble Gobble, and the multicolored and the contrast is International Space Station from Destination Yarn, because moon drip, right? See, I thought I was genius, and I used a little cheese. Chaley got me a cheese stitch marker, right? And I thought it was genius, right? Because the moon is made out of cheese. Chaley rolled her eyes at me and she was like, "You're a dork," but yeah, I thought it was cute. I themed it.
Nice, Gabs.
I think I'm done with my finished objects, dear.
Awesome. Whips.
So
again, you go.
We're doing a test knit for.
You're winning me by a lot.
For Dragon Horde Yarn. It's her Woodwoe sweater. And And I'm totally winning my sister, like, by it.
Okay, but in my defense, I lost like 6.5 hours of normal knitting time driving here to come see my sister, who has not come to visit me in like 9 years.
That's not true. I was there when I was pregnant with Lottie.
No, you weren't.
Yeah. Went to Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. That was still years. It's still been years.
But pandemic like, doesn't count, so it like deletes
whatever.
The years of pandemic.
Whatever. Okay, but we're doing this one. We're test knitting for Tristan, again, of Dragon Horde Yarn, her wood woes. This is mine. It is in Brava Sport Weight from Knit Picks in their current color way, which I think is just so pretty. I'm worried it might be a wee bit bored because I tend to like vary. It's better just to like keep it exciting with the yarn. But I think this will be such a cute like Christmas sweater that you could just like throw on with some jeans and boots. You can show them yours.
So you saw that Chaley was on the ribbing. I also did the ribbing and the rest of it. No, just kidding. And I've already split the sleeves. So mine is in Karen Simply Soft tweed, the taupe. It's more muted, but I think it'll be perfect for the fall. I've got a 18-month-old, so I've been hesitant to wear my like indie dyed yarn just because it's like washing it as a whole thing. If it gets like super gross, I can't put it on heat. So this is 97% acrylic, 3% viscose. I have another sweater out of it, and I actually feel like more comfortable wearing it around my daughter because, you know, babies are messy. She likes to do things. My daughter's also obsessed with knitting. So she likes to touch it and pull at it and that kind of thing. So I thought this would be great for when she's still little and that kind of thing. I split the sleeves and I am about, what do you think, like 3 inches into the body?
2 inches.
Yeah, so I'm cruising along. It's been about a week. I really like the tweed.
No, guys, it's been like a day. The test knit started yesterday.
Oh, but we got it early. Okay. So, did you have yours in a bag? Did you
no, because what had happened was I got the notification that my yarn for this was delivered the day I was leaving to come up to you. So I like pit stopped at my like condo
she doubled back to her
from
place.
Work, and I like ran into my mailbox to get my yarn, and then like came up. So currently my yarn bag is the shipping bag from Knit Picks, which I think is lovely, reusable,
recycle.
Yeah. Okay, you can go now.
Mine is housed in this is from Polar Bear Yarn. This was her April mystery sock set bag. It came in this really cool bag. It's really big.
So pretty.
It's perfect. When we do acquisitions. So it fits the sweater so far. And because it's Karen Simply Soft, it's not a cake. It's a more of like a hot dog. I don't know.
Yes, the technical term is hot dog.
So it fits in there, square at the bottom. So it's pretty great. So that is our whip that we do together.
I'll go next. So I also am still on like the Musselburgh hype of doing the hats, and I had to work commencement this year, which was like really fancy and virtual. We did ours like drive-in style in Ventura, which was really cool. And I got this bag off of a shop on Etsy whose name is currently escaping me, and
it will appear right here
on the screen. But I love this bag. It's so cute. It has like knitting stuff and like slip stitch, knit one, purl two. I thought it was just really cute. And the maker was just like really nice.
Ooh, the inside one.
Oh yeah, the inside is knitting themed too, which I think is just really cute. And it's very slouchy and like, so it's really easy to like stuff into my purse or my backpack. So which is what I was doing. I was carrying around my Musselburgh beanie. It's kind of only a little bit because I actually ended up being a commencement lead, so I had to like look official and couldn't be knitting my beanie during the ceremony. But I think it's so cute. So this is the Musselburgh beanie by Isolde Teague, and the colorway is Yesterday Once More from Molly Klein Design, which is, I believe hers is Sweet Tea Yarns. So it's coming quite along, and I will probably be making this for myself because that's just how I roll. You can go next.
This is my last whip. This is in my Unusual Surroundings bag. It's so cute. Shaylee and I both got bags. We tend to order together because we do free shipping when we can manage it. Taxes also are a little bit better in Shaylee's county than in mine because we live in California and the taxes are quite high. So we go together when we can. It is a drawstring bag. It's got like a cute little lining in it, and I'm working on, by working on, I mean barely started. I'm working on I test knit for my sister. We test knit for each other before we put out formal testing calls usually.
Just in case one of us has done something really embarrassing on our pattern, I like to only embarrass myself in front of my big sister.
Because we've already embarrassed ourselves in front of each other numerous times. So this, I have one fit. I have a hoe. I have a sock blocker.
Okay.
So this is Shaylee's Twisted Sister, what I'm testing it in. This is the leftovers from my Mother of Asses colorway. So I ended up with, it was the mohair that I ran out of. Mine's a little bit shorter than Shaylee's, but I was not sold on how the turquoise was popping in, because if you see on the side, it had this little like lightning bolt flashing situation, but then it got pretty cute with these little micro stripings down at the bottom. So I was pretty excited for it. I finished this one. The test, like Shaylee said, the test call went already, so I am waiting to join to knit with the other testers. This is where I am on the second sock. I have second sock syndrome. Like it's a huge problem. I have second sock syndrome immensely. So as soon as I finish Kitchener-ing the toe of one sock, I have to cast on and at least get a couple rows in, or it's
not gonna happen.
No. I also have this is also a present from my sister. This is a yarn koozie.
Because it's cozy in the yarns being kept.
Yeah, but it had two O's. I don't know. Cookie? I don't know. This yarn thingy from Cookie and Bees. So it came with a sock set, I believe.
From Cheryl of Hypnotic Yarn again.
But I really like it. It also helps, I'm running out of yarn, so it keeps it a little bit more contained. My daughter also can't pull at the edge of the yarn because it's a little bit contained, because, she's curious. She knows the word knitting already, just in case. Yes. She calls it nene, so she knows. She comes with a project bag.
We also totally forgot to talk about our needles. You are doing ChowGoo US size 1 for yours, and then for my beanie, I was also using ChowGoo in their size 2s with like a 16-inch.
I only use ChowGoos because...
Love them. Big fans.
Yep.
Big fans. Okay, this is my last whip. It's new to me. Fate's Thread is a bag maker.
Fate's Thread. In my mind, I always read Fastest Thread, which is not
Fate's Thread, it says it. It has the cute little label there. I love their bags. They have like these really unique fabrics of different just things that resonate with me. I have so many. I think I have 4 or 5 bags of theirs.
Look at you trying to use an academic word resonate to talk about Stitch.
Whatever. Okay. This is my Lilo and Stitch bag. Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. I also have a Schitt's Creek bag. I have a funny sushi bag. And then the one I was most excited about, I should have brought it, was my Anastasia bag. Anastasia was I don't know why I loved it so much, but then the bat that's in Anastasia.
I know, you love it so much.
He was talking to Rasputin. He was stress, it's a killer. And it's just so funny. If you haven't watched Anastasia, please do. So I got a bag that says that, and I'm totally in love with it. It's actually a really great size. But I am, again, catching up to my sister with my Yarnable socks. And so these are my April Yarnable socks. Here, the colorway was, no, it's March.
Those are March. That's Celtic Fairy.
I'm not on April yet. These are my March socks. This is Celtic Fairy. And I learned this technique from Kay, the crazy sock lady. It's how I count my rows and she counts her rows. Because I'm very exacting about my stuff. Obviously, non-weaving ends in lady is not. So this is how I do it every 10. And how I keep track so that my socks come out exactly the same, and then they have to be the same color because it like, that's just how I am. And then I'm going to do an afterthought heel, so I marked off where I'm going to cut in the heel. And then the contrast, this one's done, that one I'm still working on. This is Storm from At Haynes House Yarn or Fibers, one of them. They did this really cool like Marvel Superwomen mini set that I needed to have, and so this is Storm from that. So I'm very excited, and hopefully we'll get those done again. And I'm like team 9-inch circulars on everything. If I can use 9-inch circulars, I'm going to. So I always, like, whenever we're doing a sweater, like, go to my 9-inch circular collection, make sure I have the right ones for the sleeve, because then I just fly like a bird with my 9-inch circulars. And then I always have a ton of notions in here because I like to like have all my things, and so I keep like my light bold stitch markers in here. So I can mark it off. And then I, again, like to be very exacting, so I get nervous. Even though she gives me more of the yarn, I always have my scale in here too to make sure like I'm gonna end up with enough yarn to do the second dog. I get nervous. So I have all my stuff in here, and like this bag is perfect because it all contains it nicely. So I think we're gonna move to acquisitions.
Shall I go first?
I think you should go first. You're about to learn another fact about Chaylee in terms of shopping. Yeah, Gabs, why don't you go?
Okay, so Chaylee and I bought this together. It was the Polar Bear Yarns April yarn of the month. So this is the yarn. It came out gorgeous. She uses natural, it's all natural dyes. So it's this really pretty purple and this green. It's a sock set. It's 50 grams for the purple and then 20 grams for the green. She really did, a great job with this. The messiness of the skeins is me. She's got a little cat, and Chaylee and I are allergic to the cats. So I had to wash the yarn before I could bring it back in the house. That's why if it looks unkempt, it's not her. It's me from washing it. We also, in that set, we got this bag that I've already used like 3 times. A little sheep button tee and a stitch marker. We'll pop in a picture. I took a picture, but I had to decatify everything, so I had to break it all apart. So we'll pop in a picture. That is my one and only acquisition.
Which
now,
technically I also acquired.
Yeah. So
here's the thing. Some people like acts of service. Some people like quality of time and affirmation. My love language is gifts, and I love myself a lot. And sometimes when I'm stressed, I shop, and sometimes when I'm really happy, I shop, and sometimes when I'm just kind of bored, I shop. So do a lot of shopping and settle in, get a beverage, because we're about to go through all of my acquisitions from this month.
she got a tax return. She got her stimulus.
You know, I am the ideal candidate for a stimulus check because I will stimulate the economy with small business folks, and you're all welcome. So if you have an Etsy shop and you have like a coupon or sale running, you message me and I'll probably become one of your customers because that's just how I roll. Okay, technically these are an acquisitions, but my dad bought these, so it doesn't really count for mine. Our dad is also a crafter, but he's more of a crocheter. We call him our slip dad, and he has become infatuated with this dyer out of Canada. I think I wake up every day to him sending me one of their newer colorways. He actually just came up to us they have this in stock. And so because they come from Canada, shipping's a bit more, so sometimes he'll very generously offer, if we want some yarn, he'll get it for us. And this one doesn't like to have stuff. I like to have things. It makes me feel safe to have lots of items. So I'm if you're buying it, I'm totally going to get in on that. So if you're more of a Gabs or Che, we'd love to know. So the first one is this beautiful yarn. Oh, the people are Arcane Fiberworks. This is their label, which is really cool. I love how it's like a forest with the yarns in it. And this is the first one I got, and it's called Stronghold. which is just pretty. I was thinking I would do a hat out of it, but now I'm not totally sure. But I'll just have it in my hot little hands. And then the other one that I felt like I really needed to have was this gorgeous colorway. It's like Forever Begins Today. I think it was like kind of a wedding.
Yeah, the picture had like a bridal bouquet.
It was so pretty. I'm currently unattached, but I just felt like I needed to have it because I love pink. Again, Chaley with the pink and then the soft blues. Thinking socks. I feel like it'd be really pretty socks. And then the blend it's an 85-15 merino and nylon. Ooh, it's slipping away from me. 435 yards, 100 grams, and that's the same for both of them. Woo, girl, are you comfortable? Because I still got, that was just the start. Okay, what else did I get here? Shh, dude, it's fine. Oh, okay. Another fun fact about Chaley is I love dinosaurs. Like, I love them so hard. I wanted to be a paleontologist, like, for the longest time, and I don't know how I got into counseling. It's fine. But my sister said, it's really your fault, because you sent it to me, and how could I not buy this thing? So, like, my favorite movies are, like, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Land Before Time really speaks to me. Like, I love all the things. I think I just watched, like, Dinosaurs. That was the Disney, really old Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
Love that one, too, with the monkeys. Very cute. So, I want to say Yarnaceous, like, Cretaceous, period. Yarnaceous Fibers is a Jurassic Park yarn club. They're on the Lost World right now. So, definitely go check them out. And I had to get in on this. I think I sent it to you, and you were like, you cannot not buy that. Because this is just so me. So this one is I got their sock set on their Salta fingering, which is an 85-15 merino nylon. Wow. 524 yards. So I assume this is like 90.
Yeah.
And then whatever 524 minus 90 is.
Probably like 437.
Yeah, that sounds right. And this one's called The Beach. So I believe it's based on like the starting scene of The Lost World. This is the sock set, which I think is just so beautiful. I love the pops of the blue here. Okay, just getting started.
There's a really big bag of stuff underneath us. A very large bag.
Which I had to bring with me. Like, I think that I packed this first before I like packed socks or like clothing to come up here. Oh, okay. And then on Mother's Day, I'm not a mom, but there are many powerful women in my life who are moms.
She's very good at justifying her purchases.
And so, like, all of these wonderful dyers were doing Mother's Day sales. And I was like, I'm going to buy some yarn for myself in honor of all the awesome moms. There you go. So the first, okay, but I have been eyeing this colorway for a while, and now it was like incentive to get it because there was a discount. I love it. This is Barnyard Knits in their Baby Bunny colorway. I love like soft pastels. Like, my whole house is gray and like that blush pink that I've been showing. And so this is their sock weight yarn, 75-25 merino nylon, 463 yards. Gorgeous. Love it. Probably will be also socks again. And then I was really excited about this. I've been wanting their yarn for a while because I think I saw it. I think Carrie of Stolen Minutes and Kay do their One More Row podcast, and I've been obsessively watching them.
I think they were making their muscle burrows out of.
No, she was shopping again.
Oh.
And so she was I think she was gonna do like a striped beanie because they're like school. I'm like kind of like a creeper now that I know this. I know she was gonna do a striped beanie because their school colorways are black and gold. But this is it's fine. It's like celebrities, you know. This is Hazmat Suit from Breaking Yarn, which I haven't actually seen Breaking Bad, but I hear it's really good.
I
love.
Good.
Oh, good. I love the yellow because I had a lot of like sock yarns that I wanted to do with like yellow as a contrast. I realized that this is like 100% superwash merino, so it's not ideal necessarily for socks, but I'm just gonna roll with it. I usually wear my socks with slippers anyways. I also mostly make things for myself. I'm just in a place in my life right now where I need to do that. And so I'm excited to use that. It's 438 yards. And I just think it's so fun. You'll actually see.
It's vibrant. It's very vibrant.
Yes. I have a few of these that I think it will go with really well. So I'm like, there's a purpose for all of them, but it also doesn't stress me out to have a huge stash. Okay.
You may have to speed up because lots will be home soon.
Okay, great. And then I love supporting like new dyers and just their endeavors. So this yarn is from formerly Rittenberry Yarn, now Ritz Fibers. I believe this is their Purple Lilies sock set. I thought this was just so pretty, like kind of like a cute Easter colorway. This is Hummingbird. Isn't that fun? I love it. I'm probably gonna do socks from this. Yeah, excited about that. Okay, I also, before I go to bed, like to troll D-stashes on Etsy. It makes me feel calm and centered before I go to sleep. So I found this on a D-stash. It's Nomadic Yarns Gumdrop Buttons.
That's cute.
It's a self-striping on their twisty sock, and it's just a 50 gram. So can we just talk about how that would be cute? See? Purpose. I thought this through. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. I'm super excited, and it's an 80/20 for them. Okay. And then this was a while ago because I think they dyed to order. So I kind of forgot that I ordered this, to be honest with you. These are both from Mint Rains hand-dyed yarn. I wanted to do Christmas socks for myself, so I got this gingerbread house self-striping, and it's a 50 gram skein, 231 yarn, 75/25. Look at their cute owl with like that design in there. And then I thought this was very clever, and I also loved the color. This is called Impeach Mint. It's another self-striping, 50 grams, 231 yards, 75/25, right? Yeah, that's what I said. So love this one. I think this is really cute. It kind of reminded me of you, but I don't know if I like you enough to make these for you. I may or may not, but that's okay. You may get these. That's all right. We'll go really fast. And then I got these for this. This is the Summer Sock Camp 2020 colorway from Desert Vista Dye Works. We're totally getting ready for sock camp. So excited. Hosted by the Crazy Sock Lady, and Desert Vista Dye Works is one of their like sponsors, I want to say.
Yes, they have 4 camp sponsors.
Yes, so I love this colorway. I also have been like feverishly collecting Desert Vista Dye Works yarn because I want to be able to do like the whole year of her yarns, but I'll probably use this for sock camp. So this is the 2020 colorway. I liked these colors a lot better. I wasn't able to get one last year, so I was super excited that she listed it again. It's another self-striping, 462 yards, 75/25, superwash merino and nylon. Gorgeous, cannot wait. And then, in addition to my Row 1 and my Yarnable subscriptions,
And your dinosaur one.
And I didn't subscribe. I just keep buying those every month.
What if you miss out?
Don't talk to me about this. You're giving me anxiety now. I also am an Inner Circle member for Cheryl of Hypnotic Yarn. And that's a really cool subscription. It's hosted through Patreon. And just you can pick the tier that you want to be on. And depending on the tier, there's different amounts for the cost of it. I think mine is $14 a month. And you get different things for being one of her Patreon patrons.
Yeah, it's patrons, one of your patrons.
Questions. Yeah. And so I want to say I'm gold tier, so I get a 15% discount for any Hypnotic yarn every month. There's a code that she sends. I also get a 50 gram skein of yarn, which I will show. We get to vote on the skein of yarn, which is really exciting because like I don't actually know who the other patrons are, so I'm like really hoping like they vote for the one that I'm voting for. But it's also kind of exciting just to see different people's tastes and what she comes up with based on the inspiration picks. She'll also do like a behind the scenes video for us of how she dyed up the yarn, which is really cool just to see the process and how like she brought the picture to life in the yarn. So I really recommend, if you're interested, checking that out. I love it. It's like a treat every month. And like, again, like I do like live by myself in Southern California. You all in the Bay Area are my closest family, which is 5-hour drive if there isn't traffic. So I do get a little bit lonely. Sometimes I do have like friends and colleagues who are wonderful as well. It's not like I'm just sitting in my house knitting, but I do sometimes do that. And so like I feel like my yarn are my friends, and then I come to the mail and then there's yarn there, and I'm like,
especially with the pandemic, because we've been trying to limit and keep our circle small and not huge events because that kind of thing.
Right.
The good part about this, her her Patreon is Chaylee lets me see the videos too.
Yes, and actually her daughter just came back from her walk, so we're gonna skip along really quickly, but this is the yarn from April, because we vote up until a certain date and then she sends it the last day of the month. So this is the April one. This was French macaron, which I think is just so cute. It's such like a pretty speckle, and it's her plush sock, 50 grams, 85.15, superwash merino, and nylon. Beautiful. Okay, and I just have one more thing because I have two more things. I lied to you. Okay, we are doing another test knit for Tristan. She has two going right now. This is her Witchling sweater, which is like a really cute fitted sweater with some color work at the bottom, and this is the yarn that I got from for that, actually, again, trolling Etsy. You might be able to hear Lottie, the slip baby, in the background. And this is actually cool. I found these folks. It's a sport weight sweater, and this is Inspire a Mind hand-dyed yarn. They're actually based out of Santa Barbara, which is really close to me. And so I was really excited to find this colorway on Etsy. It's called Penelope. And so this will be the main color for the sweater. And then I got this for the contrast. Again, in her sport weight. Wait, maybe it's called Penelope Sport because they're both called Penelope. I think Penelope might be like it's Penelope Sport. And they may not have names. But they're beautiful regardless, so I'm super excited to get started on this sweater as well once my needles are freed up from Wood Woes, because I think I'm going to end up using the same needles.
Yeah, they're the same gauge, so because they're both sport weight. So
yes. And
or
then
Shaylee will just buy another set of needles.
This is it's fine. I think I have an Amazon gift card though. But this is my last acquisition for this month. It is again a Fates thread bag. We love succulents, and we do have like a funny story about like cacti that maybe we'll do in a future episode. But this is an adult, because it uses some adult language on it. So if there are any underage folks watching, this may not be appropriate for you. But it says things like "eat glass" or "shut the F up," and I just thought it was so funny. It's like succulents with some adult language, and I thought it was just so cute, and I love her bags. And she always does like a zipper that matches the theme. You can see what this one says, and this is just like when you're having one of those days and you need your knitting, and I love it.
But you kind of can't, like, it's a really scripty print, so it's not like
profanity right in front of your face. It's like pretty profanity.
Tasteful.
Yes. That's it from me.
That's it. Thank you so much for sticking with us and watching. We have to go because apparently my little one did not nap when she was supposed to be napping. So, thanks so much. Hope you can join us again soon.
Yeah. Bye.